Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Lex's Budget Bunker Build. So it's a gorgeous day here for a change. So it hasn't rained for a couple of days, so I'm hoping that the bunker shaft has dried out a little bit. And today's plan is to get a bit of digging done. So not really much else other than that. So let's rip into it. Onward and downward. Well guys, I'm down in the shaft and just checking out the sump. So that's all working as designed. There's a little bit of water in there above the bottom float but below the top float. So I manually triggered the top float, and as designed it drained down until it hit the bottom float and then switched itself off. So that's all good. So this is all working well. So now the idea is I'll remove this out of the way while I'm digging. If you recall, that was the whole point in this whole plug system. So just unplug that and unplug that. It's got a one-way valve on it, so that will keep that hose full of water, so I won't have any priming issues. So I'm going to remove this unit, and then I'm going to put my extension pipe on, which is this thing here, a little pickup, and drain it right down to the bottom, and then kick on with some digging. Right guys, so I've got the extender in there. Just need to get the... So what I've done up here, I've fitted a pump override switch, so I can manually switch it on without bypassing all the need for floats and such forth. This here is what I call the finger longer. Bit of a Futurama reference there. So that's now draining this, the dregs of this water out. There you go, beautiful. Pump off. Now it get digging. Well guys, digging is an absolute slog at the moment. It's taken me close to an hour to fill 4 buckets. It's just so wet down there. Clay is absolutely sticky as, and you know, I'm working in a pretty confined space, and it's too low now for the for me to lift the buckets up onto the elevator. So it's probably one disadvantage in how I've done this. Having the winch and the battery mounted underneath the platform means I can't go very low. That's going to be an advantage when I get down to the depth that I want it, because that platform will actually stop level with the bottom of the side tunnel, and it'll be perfect. But at the moment it's not really a lot of help, so I'm back to the old manual winch system. I will say one thing about this though, at least it doesn't pack up. That's the rope breaks, I guess. It's looking a bit frayed there, but yeah. So once I get down to about 4.5 meters, I'll be able to put in another 2 meter length of elevator tracking, and once again I'll be able to use the elevator for a while. But until then, this is it, because this is going to get increasingly challenging as these buckets are lower and lower inside the hole. It's like a fishing game, this. Remember that game as a kid with the magnets? Probably most people played that. A little fish with bits of metal on them, and you had a magnetic rod and you pick them up. Well, this is kind of like that, except it's a hook. I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. I'm going to get a grappling hook, which will be way easier than this single hook that I've got at the moment. So I'm going to see, maybe call into a local fishing store. If Bunnings don't have anything like that, I reckon a local fishing store will have something like that, like a small anchor, perhaps, just like one of those. I've seen them back in the old days. They're just like basically rod made into a grappling hook. But if I can't buy one, I'll make one. But you know, the time it'll take me, if I can buy one for, I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks, it'll probably be better to go that way. Anyway, it's coming up one bucket at a time. Well guys, that's it for another weekend for me. So yeah, just to summarise what I've got done, I put in that extra switch up here so I can bypass the sump pickup on the pump, and I made up this little pickup here. So below this sump pickup, I've actually used my auger to drill a hole. It's down to about 1/2 metre, and so when I'm digging down here, I can take the sump unit out, and there's always a little bit of water underneath it, and then I can pop this down in the auger hole, pump out the rest of that water, and yeah, means I can work in conditions that aren't quite so wet, but it's filthy at the moment. Look at my overalls. Shoes absolutely covered in clay, sticky as. It's absolutely miserable down here. But yeah, just keep plugging away at it. I think it's going to be like this until I get down to the tunneling side of things. Once I start going horizontal, hopefully things will get a bit tidier. And of course, I plan to basically have sump below the level of the tunnel entrance, so no water should go into the tunnel, hopefully. And then I'll build some sort of a boardwalk or something over the hole, and hopefully that'll reduce the amount of sticky, wet, horrible clay I'm having to deal with. I mean, look at that, what a mess. Anyway, yeah, that's it in. So yeah, I got down to 3.2 meters, so I'm over the 3 meter mark, so I'm pretty happy about that. Getting close to the halfway mark, which will be 3.5 meters. I don't want to what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to downgrade what I'm doing, but we'll see what it looks like at 5 meters, because honestly, you know, you draw it down on paper and you try and imagine it, but I mean, this is 3.2 meters and this feels a lot deeper than I expected. So 7 meters, which was my original goal, might be a tad excessive, but we'll see how it looks, and I'll just keep digging for now. So next weekend, the plan is to put in some more retaining wall, because I don't want to repeat of when I had all the collapses and stuff. And that'll probably for the next 2 weeks, it'll be retaining wall, because this is going to be this next layer is going to be a little bit more challenging, because I want to instep it in a bit, so widen the shaft by about 50 millimeters all the way around, and so that's going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll get there. Anyway, that's another week, and thanks for watching, guys. Just shout out to my Patreons. Really appreciate your continued support. Really appreciate that, and of course everybody that's followed and subscribed and likes my videos and comments. You know, like I think I've said before, the comments, I really value those. Get some great ideas, sometimes get a bit of a laugh, which we can all do these days. We could all do a bit of a laugh. And yeah, so that's it, guys. Hey, look after yourself out there, and yeah, see you in the next video. And this is Lex out.